Namida Tomaranai wa Anata Yasashiku sugiru kana Namida Tomaranai wa Shiawase ga sugiru kana. Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy.
And I'm...
Did you forget your name? You're Jacob.
The air went on and it startled me.
Today we are going to be reviewing Morning Musume's Namida ga Tomaranai Houkago, which translates out 2 tears that won't stop after school.
It's a long, unnecessary title.
It's a nice title. I think it's cute.
All it needed to be was Tears That Never Stop.
Yeah, but they can't pronounce that. Imagine them getting in concert. Soredewa! Tears that won't stop after school. It's not a sleepy song. This is a cute romantic song. Romeo and Juliet. Iban and Tsuji just graduated from the group, so now we are in a transition period between Joshikashimashi Monogatari and the Manpower.
I thought it was very slow and relaxing. It was kind of like an easy listening song. I've never been one to understand the sentiment behind I'm so happy I could cry. Like that's not, I don't, like you're so good to me that it makes me cry. Like usually if you're crying because of somebody, it's not a good thing. Someone being so good to you, it just makes you cry is not, something about that just is off to me.
Something that I really appreciated about this song is the leads that were involved, because up until this point, Kono and Sayumi really haven't had a lot of exposure in the group, especially Kono, because she's been that member in the background who's kind of in the core, who hasn't really branched to the front. And I like that Tsunku finally brought her to the front and was like, here, I'm going to give you a chance in this one. I like that he gave Sayumi, a member who he said consistently she's a failure at singing and dancing. I like that he put her in the front. I like that they were trying to use the anchors of the group. Rika and Fujimoto and Ai-chan and Yoshi. I like that they used them a lot and that their presence was very well known. I think that there is something to note about this song is that there were flattering shots, and then there were not so flattering shots. And I thought it was interesting that Yoshi got to be the girl, because she's usually portrayed as the boy of the group, especially after Toshikashimashi Monogatari, where she was told to be kind of a tomboy of the group. So I thought that was interesting they made her the girl. I think that the boy shots were a little bit unflattering, especially with Kame. I think they chose to use a few images of her that weren't necessarily the prettiest. So I think that this is the video of gorgeous and ugly combined all at once. I don't want to say ugly because it didn't look ugly. It was just unflattering. So gorgeous and unflattering blended together. I liked that they incorporated the strong vocalist of the group with the weaker vocalist of the group. I like the arrangement of the song. I think it's one of the sweeter Morning Musume songs. I like how slow it is. I like that it feels a little flowy. And I honestly think that this was a perfect time for Kago and Tsuji to graduate, because I can't picture their voices in this song. And so I like that it's a good sound for the girls that are in it. Because with previous songs, I feel like some girls could have sounded really good in the single that came after their graduation. So I like that this is a song that really fits the members. The other costume piece that was in this video was a kimono kind of styled dress, and basically they were using those for archery scenes. They also used that where they were standing up against a gate, which I'm assuming is the Morning Musume school gate, where they're not allowed to go outside and talk to boys. So the fact that this song is talking about being with a boy and being so happy you could cry and walking into the park and meeting at the convenience store, but then the music video is of them standing at the gate and being like, I can't get out, I'm looking at you, then shooting arrows. I think that what's going on in this music video is that the girls are watching the boy that they would like to date, and there's a girl in the story that they're picturing themselves to be. And so they're looking at this girl and she's so happy she could cry. It's Abe and no, Tsuji and Kago. They are dating somebody now. And they're watching them and they're singing about the relationship that they see, but they can't go out because as Morning Musume, they're not allowed to have boyfriends. So they're watching this girl singing about them as if they are them. Secretly, they're teaching each other how to shoot arrows so that they can assassinate Tsunku, escape, and get boyfriends. That's what happened in this music video. That's totally what happened in this music video. I really would like to say that they tried to do a throwback to Shabondana because they had some bubbles that were coming up from the ground, and that could either be that they're so happy that they're just bursting with energy and that they're all bubbly, or that they're realizing that even if they were to escape, that it's just going to explode and the live is really not going to be that great at all in the first place. So really I go back and forth about the bubble thing because it didn't really add too much to the video. It was kind of just there as an aesthetic piece. It was just a cheesy special effect that they stuck in there last minute. They were like, hey, this might be cool. They whitewashed a lot of the video. They kind of put in some pink accents to it. But really, the set piece was very boring. It was very white and plain. I think the lyrics were sweet. I think the video was interesting, but I think the set pieces that they used were just kind of plain. Maybe that was the point, is so that you focus only on the girls. Because what they did is they had a lot of shots just on them, of their faces, of them smiling, of being happy. And so I think that maybe they were just trying to do that is, okay, now that we've lost 2 important members to our group, let's have you just focus on the girls for a little bit. Because we just gave you a song that we were singing about the girls, so let's give you a song that just focuses on them and how pretty they are. Let's get you re-established into Morning Musume. So I'm wondering if that's what was going on.
My feels! Let me tell you them. This was a boring freaking music video. There were bubbles, they were singing about their tears after class. It was a boring song. I'm sorry. I have nothing to say about this song because I thought it was boring. I'm sorry. It was kind of a lame song. It was very childish. They're like, "Wah, I love you so much I could cry after school at the store, and oh my gosh, I'm so stupid for writing this letter 3 years ago." Whatever. It was a boring freaking song. The only interesting part was when they were firing arrows, and Mari fired the arrow at a heart and it slapped her cheek, and she went and missed. That was the most interesting part, was them firing the freaking arrows. It was a boring song, especially after Noisy Girl Story.
That's all that I wanted from you.
That's all I have to say.
I want you to make a quick comment though on Sayumi, because a lot of people complain that she can't sing.
I thought she sounded fine. I don't get the whole thing, and it kind of makes me sad that she feels like she's so bad that she'll even say in interviews, "I suck hard, but I'm trying my best."
And then she'll burst into tears.
And then burst into tears. That, I find that very sad, because I thought she did a fine job. I thought she sounded fine. I mean, there have been voices I've heard later down the road and earlier that sounded way worse. Abe sounded like a rusty nail when she first started in Morning Coffee. Like, let's be honest. I mean, I will say that in the limited amount of dance moves she did, she looked horrifically awkward. Like, I don't know if the heels were too high, I don't know if the skirt was too short, but she was just kind of like, crap, say.
Now what about Kono? Because she hasn't gotten a push at all up until this point.
I don't know. I felt, well, because it was Sayumi on that end, and then it was
Rika on the other end.
Rika on the other end. So it was like you had the 2 really pretty girls in the group. Because, I mean, let's face it, Rika's gorgeous and Sayumi's adorable. Like,
it's like the extremes.
You have the extremes, like the extreme of beauty, the extreme of cute, and then you stick poor
Miki, who's really pretty when she's got the longer hair.
And then you put Kono there, who's just like, of the 4 of them, she was the plainest. I'm not gonna... I don't know, even Miki seemed a little plain.
In the video she did.
In the video. Miki, and so I don't know, I was just like, oh.
They kind of put the plain ones as there.
So,
do you think that was maybe to do an aesthetic thing though for the video or for the song? Because it's like about a normal, plain, boring girl. So why not put the normal?
So why not make it a normal, plain, boring song? I'm sorry.
So for the question of the week, are you guys as excited for the Manpower as I am? Because I can't wait to see Jacob's reaction when he finds out what's going on.
My question of the week, am I the only one who thought this was a really freaking boring song and video?
So that is the end for today's video. We all know how Jacob feels. Let us know what you think down below.
Oh boy.
We'll talk to y'all next week. Peace out. Eat stick months.
I don't know why we had to spend so much money on this video. It was boring. They didn't use the blue dresses. And I have 2 days.
Roman, are you continuing to complain about my video?
Never soon.
I wrote that song specifically for you. So you know what? I am going to make your life miserable then. If you do not like my songwriting, you know what I'm going to do? First off, I'm going to introduce the 7th generation. I'm going to be auditioning for brand new girls.
Already?
Already. Second, I'm going to send Ida Kaori onto a solo career, and I'm graduating her from Morning Musume. You can say goodbye to Ida.
No!
This will be her last single. The Manpower will be her last. So I hope you're happy with disliking my song so much. Goodbye.
Who will be tall and awkward now?